let's talk a bit of politics. Let's talk about the Abundant Nigeria Renewal Party, ANRP. I have the chairperson of the party in Oyo State with me in the studio. Kennie Aiyeola, it's good to have you on State Affairs.
Good to be here.
I also have with me the ANRP State Strategy Secretary, John Bamibe. It's good to see you.
Good morning, Radio Man. Good morning, Nigeria.
What happened to your party? You didn't win the election. What happened? Tell me, Bamibe.
I believe we're all Nigerians and we all knew what went on during the last election. The ANRP came out with their candidates and we did all the grassroots work and we really did a good job. But Nigeria as it is and our politics, our politics is still maturing and this issue of money politics and some other factors that played in really had their way in the last election. And unfortunately, majority of Nigerian electorates are yet to see that there are better options out of the two
Major
known parties. So I think that was also part of the factor that militated against us, but notwithstanding, we did our best.
Yes, Madam Chairperson. Your party came like a breeze. Will it fizzle out like a breeze too?
No way. We're here to stay. When you fall, you rise up again.
It's not how many times you fall that matters.
It's not how many times you fall that matter. Take Seyi Makinde as a typical example. He's been in this race for some time now. He didn't give up. Buhari didn't give up. Hey, when it's your time, it's your time.
Your party talks about abundant Nigeria, a Nigeria full of dreams.
Abundance. Yeah.
Tell me more.
Well, if you consider what the resources that we have in Nigeria, the natural resources that we have in Nigeria, the opportunities that are there, the human resources. Nigeria is full of abundance in so many ways.
Are we utilizing our potentials?
But we are not, because we are just circling the whole thing around a particular set of people.
And I learned that was why your party came, to save us.
Yeah, exactly. We wanted to let the Nigerians know that there are better options to consider.
But Nigerians did not understand your language, right?
Well, the only language Nigerians or the voters, most of them understand is money.
Bamibe, how do you feel about that?
I believe the first thing we have been able to do is this. For the first time, I think Nigeria had options. That is the last election, we brought in fresh people.
But we've always had options.
The issue I observe about Nigerian politicians is this. Majority of the set of people handling our affairs, if you have had the opportunity of sitting with them or discussing with them, you realize that they are not there because of the interest of the country. Or even in their private personal lives, they are not successes. Most of them see politics as a retirement seat or as a benefit. Most of them are failures of life.
Failures. They will not like that. All right, let's look at this. Your party came, and your party was on the air. Your candidate was robust.
That's right.
Aiyeola was robust. I saw him at the debate. What is your perception of what went on that day at the debate? Did you think I was not fair to your candidate? Because at the point he accused me of not giving him enough time to talk. Accused me too.
I think what I can say is after the debate, and I had a chat with him, and what he told me was there's a kind of distractions or something that does not allow them to hear maybe the speaker. That sometimes when a question is asked, they don't really, sometimes they have to follow on the previous person to get the idea of what the question was about. That there were the lights and the interference they were getting from the speaker and everything. So that's the only thing. So there are times where I felt maybe he did not understand the question asked. So that's the only thing I can say.
But there was one thing about him. He has presence.
He does.
You knew he was on that stage. Bamibe, you saw him.
That's the truth.
He was on that stage. He was noticed.
That's the truth.
You know, because when I went back and I assessed the debate, I said Aiyeola was noticed. He made his point, but somehow, how did you arrive at Aiyeola? Why not Basa? What happened? Why did you chase Basa out of your party?
Basa was not chased out of the party. Basa joined the party on the 2nd of August, 2018. Aiyeola had been with the party since inception. He's been with the party since inception. And Basa joined in August 2nd, officially. That's when she paid membership fees. And we had the primaries on the 15th of September. That's a short time. Considering, in comparison to someone that has been there all along, built his grassroots, had his own followers and all that.
Basa claims she was schemed out. Simple.
She wasn't schemed out.
Did you scheme her out?
Basa was not schemed out.
What happened?
Well, we have rules and we have regulations within the party. We have our constitution. And what the constitution says concerning our primaries, especially, you have to be a registered financial member to be able to vote at our primaries. Initially, the state executive, we met and we thought we needed to give the Electoral College enough time to collate the list of names so as to prepare a voters list that will be made available to both candidates on the day. The state executive met and we thought, okay, maybe we should put a cutoff to a month before the primary, so to allow us to collate names, register members and all that. But Basa was not going to have it. So the national said, okay, we'll leave it at 48 hours before the primaries. What we're trying to avoid is to ensure that having people who are not members of the party to come to the primaries to vote. And that applies to both candidates, not just Basa alone.
So did that eventually happen?
No, it didn't. It didn't. We had people there who could not provide any form of identification.
So at what point did Basa become angry? Yes.
I think the issue is this. Every party has their constitution and the way they have their primaries and the way they organize a party. The instruction is this. It's only card-carrying member, a registered member, that will be able to vote. That is noted. But on the day of the primaries, because I was at the center before anybody to monitor things and to observe and to prepare, what I observed was this. Everybody had crowd. Even that place was full to the brim. A lot of people
Where
came.
did the crowd come from?
No, every candidate is free to mobilize. You come with your candidate, registered members, and your crowd just to hail you.
And Basa came with her crowd too.
Basa came with her crowd. Lake and Ride came with her crowd. All the state honorables came with their crowd.
So how come you did not allow Basa's crowd to vote?
Good. Now, the instruction is this. Once you verify your name on the voters list, that's the party's voters list, that's registered members list, you present a means of identification. That is, I won't come and say my name is Edmond Obilo, whereas my name is Bamibe John. I have to provide a means of identification. We went as far as saying, even if you have your PVC, your TVC,
ATM card,
even ATM card, just to show that you are the bearer of the name.
So what then happened? Did they show they were the bearers?
No. No, they couldn't. Most of them couldn't provide.
At what point did Basa walk out of the primary?
Well, people, because it became rowdy. It became rowdy, and the people that wanted to come and vote for Basa that could not provide form of identification started a fight. They nearly broke the door of Jogo down.
Because everybody was angry.
They were angry that they've been there, they've been waiting in the queue for so long, and they were not allowed to go in.
Was Basa militant at any time? Was she very angry? Did she climb the car at any time to address the crowd?
She was aggressive.
Were you aggressive too?
Unfortunately, I was not there because I was Electoral College part of the electoral college at Ogun State. So I went to represent Ogun State ANRP.
Did the party bully Basa?
No.
Basa said you bullied her.
No, Basa was never
The
bullied.
party made her cry.
No, the party can't make anybody
Yes,
cry.
Basa said she cried.
She's a lady. She's free to.
No, it's the only ladies that cry. I cry sometimes.
No, let me make a
Ladies are
clarification.
more emotional
Let me
when
make a
they lose.
clarification. Something happened that day, because I had to go out to interrogate some of our followers.
Okay.
Because I was trying to see a way we can reach a compromise. What is the problem? Firstly, this is not the state ESCOs that are in charge of the primaries. They are national ESCOs. That is one. Secondly, the people she brought, majority of them had their PVCs and TVCs on them. The issue was this. I think she had issues with the name she submitted as our registered members.
So it is the name that caused the conflict.
That is where the issue came.
And she had to go.
No, she even went ahead. I think she gave some of them, because I see her some slips, because I had to collect some. She gave, like, giving you a name to bear. But how do you prove that without a means of identification?
Now, we have seen what goes on in the big parties. And we are also seeing that the smaller parties are also battling the same situation. Where do we go from here?
Well, the thing is, because our constitution allows, you don't do like your background check on who can join the party or who can contest under the party. I mean, she came, she was allowed, despite the fact that she was only there for a short period of time, she was allowed to go through primaries and all that.
All
so
right.
you can't stop people from being who they are really.
But there's the fear that your party might be deregistered. Do you have that fear?
Not at all.
Not at all.
Not at all, because well, there's a, I don't know whether it's a rumor or there's something going around that INEC made a statement. I actually heard that statement on Channels TV that according to INEC constitution, if you don't score 25% of the vote, of the total vote, or you don't secure any seat, those parties will be deregistered. But we know INEC cannot go through with that because we know that the election we had in 2019 had some issues. There's still some in court. So you can't say the result we got in 2019 is what to go by, really.
Okay, we'll keep following the situation and we'll also get clarification. And I'm happy that the ANRP is featuring on my program.
Thank you.
I like young parties.
Thank you.
Because it is part of the campaign to redeem the state. I hope you are hopeful.
Yeah, I believe.
You look so young.
He contested as an
State House
honor.
of Assembly.
You didn't win.
The journey was even some of 2 days after the elections, I was still taking care of some of my injured that were in the hospital. It wasn't.
It wasn't easy.
child's play.
Don't worry, you will contest again.
Trust me.
Okay, next time let me know
Trust me.
so that I will meet you on the field.
Thank you very much.
It's a game, okay?
Trust
You have to be strong.
Sure.
He's so young and he's playing politics. What about you? You are just there analyzing. Anyway, we also need the analysts too. All right. Someday, let me tell you, I'll play politics too.
You should.
I won't be on this radio all the time.
That would be great.
Let's
You
hit
should.
the field too. I
You
know what we
should.
can do.
You should.
Let's be critiqued too. Let's be called out too. I don't run away from critique. It will challenge the state. So watch out for me. I'll hit the road soon.
That would be great.
The radio man has spoken.
Thank you very much.
Yes, Kennie Aiyeola, thank you for featuring on State Affairs.
Thank you for having me here.
Kennie Aiyeola is the chairperson, Abundance Nigeria Renewal Party. John Bamibe, thank you for coming.
Thank you very much, Mr. Edmond.
Bamibe is the State Strategy Secretary of the ANRP. I'm Edmond Bello. I'll be back after this break, so don't go away.